The vote 8-3 in favor of the new pot regulations. The Mayor of Vancouver also voting yes. I believe this makes Vancouver the first jurisdiction in Canada to actually vote on regulating medical marijuana shops, despite the fact that the federal government is vehemently opposed because over-the-counter sales of marijuana in this country still remains illegal. We have reaction now from Council.
I received a letter from Rona Ambrose and Stephen Blaney, who are the two ministers responsible, who underlined to me as a councillor, and I know we all got this, that marijuana is neither an approved drug nor medicine in Canada. The Government of Canada wants to prevent youth from smoking marijuana. Storefront sales of marijuana are illegal and under our government will remain illegal, and made direct appeal to all of us to reject the options that are in front of us. I just want to say in response to that to Minister Ambrose, wake up. You are completely out of touch with the realities on the ground. The policies that you are advocating are backward and destructive, and they've driven us to take the steps that are necessary here today.
I think that the challenge that I have regarding this report and these motion is that I don't think it's going to actually change the problem. I don't think it's going to solve the problem that we have today. I think we are going to head ourselves into a myriad of nightmare, litigious situations from every level of every kind of group, from whether it's independent store operators who are saying, why not my store? Why are you closing my store when that store is allowed to be open? I think we're going to have issues regarding the edible situations, given the federal government's decision, the federal court's decision on edible marijuana, edible products. So I think we're going to have a fight on that one. I think we're going to have a fight from the federal government itself, potentially. I think they may walk in here and decide that we have to follow the rules. So is this the battle that we want to have? Do we want to spend potentially millions of dollars of taxpayer dollars fighting in the courts on many, many different fronts? I don't think that's responsible governance. I think we have the rules in place to deal with this. I think the compassion clubs do a great job. I think our leniency on those compassion clubs in the 90s proved that it's something that we are open to, but it's gotten out of control. We all agree that. We all agree with that. It's gotten out of control. We now have 100 stores in the city.
So we are in a situation where we act or we sit on our hands. I'm disappointed to hear some councillors saying we take no action when we've had clear recommendations from our police department, our health authorities, chief medical officers, and many citizens that acting is crucial right now, that we do need a common sense approach, that we do need new rules to regulate and control marijuana dispensaries. And I think that this set of rules to control the location and operation of marijuana dispensaries is appropriate.
A few shops opened and they weren't closed down, and now we have hundreds of shops. We have hundreds of shops, and as you've seen, and I've had people, write to me, email me, come and speak at the public hearing, concerned about what this is doing to their neighborhoods. We heard from the BIA saying that this is changing neighborhoods, that there are businesses who are afraid to come and speak out against this. So I think that we really have to weigh all of the people who not only came out and shared their stories, but what about the people who didn't come out? And the most important point, and what helped me to make my decision, is the people who came out and spoke to us in support of cannabis did not support the regulations. Didn't support the regulations. They wanted edibles. We may see people in the hospital overdosing from trying to cook, and they just don't know how because they used to buy a cookie or a brownie to aid them with their pain, and they can't do that any longer.
So under the new regulations, all pot shops that are currently open are going to have to move. They have 60 days to apply for a license. The licensing fee, $30,000 a year, unless you are a nonprofit compassion club, which then in that case it'll be $1,000. Also, all shops are going to have to be located 300 meters away from any school or community center and from each other. We are going to have lots of coverage on this throughout the day, so stay tuned. Back to you.